Welcome everybody to 48 Talk, episode 136. I am your host, Rageballie as always. Joining me this time is DX Takamina on the right, Derek on the bottom left, and Colin Janssen on the bottom right. I'm back!
Yay!
Guess who's back?
Yeah!
Back again.
Yay.
I had fun, look, like, got some coins, yeah.
Hey.
I like coins from countries. Yeah, so I had a lot of fun. Was a little detox moment, ridden off the world, and I enjoyed myself immensely. Although in London at the nightlife, I did see an idol or someone who was performing as an idol. So that was yeah. So there's this street near the main square of Oxford Street. There's like all these performers standing in there, and suddenly there was this young woman, and she was dressed up like idol-like, had her own boombox, and then started to do some idol dancing. But we had a reservation at the restaurant, so we were like just walking quickly past to that. So it's like really just here as well. But Gambate, she was doing very great. But it was a lot of fun. I did watch a little bit of last week, so my congrats to you guys and Mette for being on the show, and he did a wonderful job.
Yes.
Had a lot to discuss, I believe, since well, I didn't actually read the news. Actually, after I watched the episode, I read a bit about the news, and stuff happened last week, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Lots. Hello.
Yeah, the biggest one I saw was for me the Eyesone Violetta. That was that's a very good song. I really enjoyed that one. The music beat to it, and then the visually, their performance is so in sync. Currently, they're unstoppable, I would say, compared to some other groups.
We got a lot of good comments about Violetta. We had a lot of the K-pop fans come out, explain everything, the nuances, the details, the symbolism. It was ridiculous. Our commenters were on fire with that, so that was good. It gave me a whole new appreciation for the song. But you liked it, you said?
My favorite part is the one with I think it's Judy. I think it is. Forget her name.
Judy.
It was like you have this visual where it's like in shade and she's dancing on water. And those are so impactful moments, and then you reveal who it is, and that's one of my favorite moments. But I like the when the song goes into its chorus, the background sounds like that's my favorite part in there.
Yeah, like, side note to that, this crazy girl, like our wonderful commentator who's like all things Eyes1, she has her Eyes1 corner. She gave me a link to Cheon, which is her bias. See, she's teaching me K-pop language. Her bias, and like to Cheon, and I'm probably butchering her name. Sorry, Korean people. To like do all these dances on a talk show or something, and she had to basically like dance like one song after another after another. It's all K-pop, of course. This girl crushed it. Like, she didn't stop. Like, it was at one point, I think she turned around to look at her fellow Eyes1 members who were like sitting on the stands, and I think she looked. I don't know who she looked at. I don't know if it was a Japanese member or what. It might, but whoever it was like, like literally had like the best like reaction.
Yeah.
And I think I would have too. Because she never stopped. And when she did the Blackpink, the Boombaya,
my God, wow.
And she was like swinging her arm, I'm like, this girl could be she could be in any one of these groups. I gotta be honest, I think like I'm with this crazy girl on that. I think Cheon is like now like my bias / Oshi. Like, cause this girl, when I was watching her, I'm like, aside from the crazy shorts she was wearing, which like went all the way up to her belly button, which I don't think that's a good fashion trend, by the way, girls. I know y'all like it, but I please get rid of this trend next week. I just don't think it looks good. But I'm just saying, I'm sure it's comfortable, but it's just like, it's like, Anyways, she crushed it. So anybody out there who supports Eyes1, keep your eye out for Cheon. And anyone who is a Cheon Oshi or bias, you are so lucky to have her, and count me among them. So, did anyone see what I'm talking about? It was ridiculous.
CC has always been strong like that. I really liked. In the Korean face, Cheon is very underappreciated. She feels like she's. But I've noticed a trend, and we had this in AKB48 members as well, and maybe it's a good segue to something we want to talk about. There are idols that are portrayed who Western folk think is amazing, the total package, the it factor. but then to the Asian community, it's like the outer one. And the biggest example I would have to compare this to is Komihara. Komiyama Haruka is one of the biggest one that has a Western attitude. And recently she went to with some other 15 Gen with Taniguchi Megu and someone else, I believe, to the US. Met the daughters of Sylvester Stallone. That
was like it was Yumoto Ami. I remember it.
Crazy.
And
I saw it on my Twitter. I was like,
where the hell is she?
No, I actually was like, the Stallone daughters, why are they on my Twitter feed? They don't have Twitter, they're only on Instagram. And I was like, oh, it's from Kobe.
It's Kobe.
I didn't saw Kobe. I was like, I saw Stallone's daughters because they're hot. So I was like, oh, hey, they are. And I was like, oh, Komi is there. I was like, why are you there? And it's like, they went for an event. It was very fun. Beautiful photos.
And that's the thing. So the only difference, I would say, is the height. But the appearance is very much culture to Western folk. And that's the same with, I'm saying, with Cheon. They have that visual that's more appealing to Western folk, to the international folk, than to the Asian culture, I would say. And it's funny that is thing, because we all see it, but for some reason the Asian people are like, no, that's not our thing. And I understand. I do understand why, but still, don't. I see a lot of hate on Cheon's side. You know, they don't find them as pretty as compared to the other members. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Please.
That girl is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's an instant 10. Come on. I mean, but then again, I can say that about most Korean girls enter into like the Korean idol industry. They all tend to be really symmetrical with their features and everything. But what I like about Cheon is she's not as symmetrical, and I think that's what makes her pretty. I think she kind of sticks out in that regard. So in that sense, it's like, yeah, I get with this. Plus, she's just cool. I don't know.
That smile, though. That smile.
Yeah, that smile it's killer. It's killer. So this crazy girl, you picked a great Oshi, and thank you for sharing. It was very cool.
Cool. The other thing, of course, what happened bigly was, remember the stock that you should have in NGT? Well, hopefully it's now not in the red.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
It's
I think they're pretty much done, pretty much.
They're done.
It's like, okay, so there was a city meeting, and the city was like, okay, no, we got it. Cancel this contract and this contract.
Yep.
This
They're all
contract.
done.
Cancel disappearance. Cancel.
Yeah, we're good. You're done.
Theater
See you later.
closed.
Is the theater closed?
Yeah, I think it's closed until like April, like
April,
this month.
It's
like end of
under
this month or
maintenance or something like that.
Yeah.
It's closed.
Yeah, it's any word from Mahon, by the way?
No.
Low profile.
Low profile for now.
Well, she started a revolution, so.
Unless she's going to use that like cannon again.
Well, when needed, I think she's like, okay, I need to use this responsibly, this power that currently she has. No, but hopefully she'll feel a lot better. I don't think this was her intent to go this far, but to be fair, she just wanted, the
recognition. She wanted recognition pretty much for the problem.
and the apology basically, and then more protective still going to the future, but management went like, no, we're going the other route, we're just
but
trying to fix it. For some reason we just get deeper and deeper. I don't know why.
Yeah, they were mistakenly digging their own grave pretty much. That's what
she wanted them to do their job. I mean, I don't know. You're responsible for caring for all these young women. Exactly. Maybe do your freaking job and not let them get assaulted. I don't know, in their apartment, no less. I mean, come on.
Sounds simple enough, right?
It should be. It's you would think, but no, nothing ever is it? But oh well. But yeah, well, I'm sure we haven't heard the last of Mahone. I hope we don't. I hope she goes on to do spectacular things more with her life, and in a safe fashion too. Let's hope.
And the final thing that was on HKT48 side, I listened to their song, and same as you, Derek, I couldn't finish it like half point. It's like it did nothing to me. I visually it looks great. The song wise is it's not my thing anymore, I would say. And
Coupling songs don't feel that great either, to be quite honest. The coupling songs.
That doesn't sound good for their only single they released in this year. They did one last year, and that was Calendar, right?
Calendar, yeah.
Calendar, yeah. I agree,
That
Calendar.
was fun. I sometimes listen to that one if I'm in like a goofy mode, and I like
Yeah?
But this one, it's like I didn't recognize the stage. You said this, Colin. It was the teacher stage.
Yeah, I think
basically?
they used that. It looks a lot like it.
A very similar style, maybe, but it's not doing so well for HKT48 either.
Nope. Oh boy.
Like the apocalypse was coming for AKB48, and I'm sorry, it's really, really, really happening. And too bad Mukoichi Mion is now the official general manager of the group. He's so Kanto-kun.
Yeah, that's quite a mess she gets into.
Maybe Yui was like, I know we
Yeah,
said
she was
later this year.
Peace. I'm out.
Not my
Dude,
problem
here you
anymore.
Go, Mion, you get it. Yeah, you can have it.
Mion, I got some paperwork for you. It's like, I'm out.
Here you go, buddy. Enjoy.
I'm going back to Kyoto doing some more tourist guides.
Tourist
Yeah.
guides.
Oh yeah. The Yui Han Dream, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, she has a TV show and the bus commercials time.
Good one. Good one. Good reference.
So other than that, yeah, nothing happens. Much more, I would say, that I was checking my eye on. I just, of course, watched some Nachan stuff, and she cut
So
her
you
hair
didn't
shorter.
watch the BNK B-side Kimi no do Sukikara?
Oh, I already did that like when it came out instantly. So and
And
oh, I love the song, of course. I think though the my favorite is still Beginner. I think it has more
Yeah.
impact to that. It's very nice. It's very synchronized. Like the original version better, since I know more iconic members in the Japanese
wait,
side.
the song or the MV?
The MV.
Oh really? Huh.
The song it fits well with the language.
Mm.
Although the chorus goes into the Japanese side, so it's still the same.
Mhm.
No, but the impact the original MV has is far too greater compared to the BNK, on my opinion, Colin. I know
Okay.
you liked the one more than the beginner one.
No, well, I would say it's about the same. I'm really, I don't know which one I would choose, but I do think that MV is better than the Japanese one.
Hmm.
It's just more appealing. There's more going on. That one is the AKB one is too simple, and I don't like the location.
When did it came out though?
Years ago.
Years ago. So technology
Yeah.
has changed a lot. So they have a lot more.
Well, you just said it had more of an impact, and that's also. You could also argue it's from years ago, and the BNK one is recent.
It's more
You don't know that.
history, yeah. It's because if you had never seen them before and you look them clear to clear, you would say more the BNK version is then better. Only
Yeah.
on this side, it's just they're in that field with the iconic outfits, and you've seen this video so many times, and it's those members were then still up and coming. Takajo Aki was the center, and you still have a group with Matsuyu Reina in there. Sasha,
Yeah,
Guitar Rie was in there, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah, Maida Ami was in there, and
Lots of great girls.
just kept going and going with that list. So that's more on that point. But yeah, that's pretty much it for what I missed, I believe. So let's then go into the new week. Derek, why don't you start us off?
Yeah, well, one of our longtime listeners, who's a good friend of ours, Miroslav from the Czech Republic, he's actually in Japan now.
Hi.
And he wanted me to tell you guys all hello. I've actually been with him quite a few times over this past weekend because he's really into this like super underground idol group called Live Rave or Live Rave. I'm probably saying their name wrong. It's like weird spelling. And he saw them the last time he was here because I introduced them to him, and so he's now kind of like a big fan. And we went and saw them at like Shibuya Lush on I think Friday. And it was like, 10 people there. I don't know, it wasn't that big of a show. But the girls were so happy to see him and so nice. I actually ended up translating for his Czechis because he doesn't like know like any real Japanese, you know. And so the girls were like, "Can you translate?" So I'm like, "Yeah, of course." So I translated, and like he was like having a real good time. And then he went and saw Necroma. This past weekend, I did my own Necroma show. Ricky was not there, and so I ran my first idol show.
Oh wow!
So
Awesome.
that was pretty crazy. I probably did about 100 checkies that night between the 5 girls. It actually went very smooth. It was a good show. The girls were super nice to me. The Necroma fans were really fun. They were joking and having a good time. The fact I was there, and they were super nice to me. We made some new fans. It was just weird because I was trying to run Boopon and do checkies and buy and sell stuff and take the pictures of 5 girls all at once and do this all in the space of an hour and make sure everybody had enough time to each girl. And like you have to time it because like Michelle and Kunogi may not have as many people, and you know Himari has a line around the fuck the F and then and sorry
language.
She yeah, sorry, I'm so sorry. And then Kaki had a pretty big line, and it's like I have to time each person, and then fans don't want to leave, so I'm telling them, kata onegaishimasu, and they're like, I'm not there. And I have to do it 10 times before they finally leave. And then meanwhile, poor Michelle's over there with nobody, and I'm trying to help her get people on it. And then all of a sudden she has like 6 people. And then it's just like, So it was crazy. But I had so much fun. And then, Miroslav saw that. And then yesterday, we had Yoemachi Festival in Otsuka, which is this yearly festival. They do like a bunch of different, lives all throughout Otsuka, different venues. And just everybody's on it. And so I brought him to see Hanako-san in the morning. She was first. He was like, well, Hanako-san cold-cocked slapped some dude in the face in the front row during her song. She was like screaming. He was there, and she was like, whap, hit him, and he fell down. It was hysterical. She's this tall. I mean, she's like, Game of Thrones size and like small. And like, just cold cocked this dude. And then afterwards, I'm standing outside, like talking to Necroma fans, waiting for Ricky to show up. And Hanako-san comes over to me because she's leaving to go do Buppon, because we had to do Buppon this restaurant or something. And she comes over to me, she starts talking to me like, "Oh, hi, Derek. I didn't know you were here." Blah blah blah. I was saying, "Oh, I brought my friend," and she starts saying some stuff in Japanese. Now, Hanako-san's Japanese is super complicated because she's not. I don't want to say she's not the best communicator. She has a different way of speaking. So she finally looked at me when I saw I wasn't registering, and then she said it, and I mean, I understood this. She's like, "Your Japanese sucks," and she walked away. And everybody started laughing at me. It was so funny. That's Hanako. That's Hanako, though. She doesn't care. And I was just cracking up, and I told Ricky, and he was like just bawling laughing. Because it's so funny. Because this tiny little, yeah, your Japanese sucks. See ya. And she took off, and I'm like, I love you. Like, you're just the best. And so, yeah, and then today we went to see Live Brave again, and the girls were very unhappy because, Mirik's leaving on Thursday, I think. So, but he was super happy, so it was cool. It was really cool. Mirik and me, we hung out the whole time. So just, if you're a fan and you come to Japan, you want to hang out, you want to go see underground idols, or even AKB idols, I can help you with all that. Come, get in touch with me. Happy to help you. We had a great time. But again, he wanted me to tell you guys all hi, and he's going to try to watch the show. And he's like, yeah, I don't get to have to watch it. And I can watch it normal time when you guys upload and stuff. He's pretty happy with that.
Very good.
So, yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah, glad you had fun. It is a good idea now to open that discussion we want to talk about as well.
Yes.
So you had all these events, and you've been now managed your own show basically because Ricky wasn't there. So the topic is idea on idol side.
Yes.
And you want to combine this with MNL48 situation. So talk about that.
Thanks, Robin. I'm so glad you're back. It's so easy with you here. Me, it's manic. I don't know. Plus, last week, it was literally I was listening to Nintendo the whole 2 hours because I could barely make out anyone. I'm so sorry, guys. Anyways, MNL is freaking here. They are finally here, at least music-wise, video-wise. Somebody else talk about the video first before I get into it. But does somebody want to give the rundown on what they released and everything with 365? Anyone?
Well, I've watched the video
Go
a
ahead,
couple of
James.
times myself, and it felt like either a startup of something bigger to happen, or it felt like what happens after you basically get booted out after their Sebatsu Seseikyo, which is not the Sebatsu Seseikyo, but video wise, audio quality wise, it was top notch. It was like this wasn't so hard to produce, right? It was like if you put out more music like this in this way, I think you're going to be fine. I literally commented that if the music stays this level, you're going to be fine. But I still have my beef with their management because.
So what happened then? So they came out with a MV, like a
Yeah.
song. And what is the song?
Okay, so
yeah. Oh, there go.
Oh no, please go ahead. What?
No, the song the song they released was 365 paper airplanes or Sambyaku Rokuju.
Did you know Kami Hikoki?
Yeah.
And the language
Yeah,
that they're singing will be then
The Tagalog or Philippine language.
Tagalog, Philippine, and again, sorry, Filipino people,
Yeah.
we don't know.
Yeah,
Tagalog,
I don't know,
we'll just say Tagalog. Yeah, we don't know. But here's the thing. So they released it. This actually really fit them for two reasons. One, because it's based on strong vocals. Remember, who is the leader, the center of the song originally?
Sayane.
Sayane. What is Sayane known for?
Voice.
That
voice.
monster voice of hers.
Yes.
So the girl that centered this video, okay, and MNL fans, help us out here, and I better see some comments. I want to see some serious comments here. Help us out. The girl in the middle, she is their Chiprang. That girl, gorgeous. Gorgeous. I had no idea. 2, can she sing? Oh my God, can she sing?
The girl in the center is Sheki.
Sheki?
Sheki. With an
Sheki.
S. Sheki.
Sheki? Am I?
Yeah, that one.
Sheki.
This girl
I know what
is
Robin is thinking.
this girl's ridiculous. Okay, so instant, like, your eyes are like, whoa, hello?
Yeah.
Where have you been? So,
Exactly.
again, our stupidity, we don't know, but she really shone in this video. So, in a sense, it worked because the feedback we've gotten from the fans from Manila is, in the Philippines, we honor, good dancing, good singing.
Yeah.
So, this is a song that honors good singing. Boom! Hit it right on the head. Second of all, the story it told. There was like some interjection. I think they put their own thing in it.
Exactly.
It felt sincere. It felt genuine. It was like, we're trying to be something. We're trying to make a statement. The girls looked like idols in it, which was good. They didn't look too non-idol-y. There was another. Okay, and please, MNL fans, help me out because I think I have my Oshi in this group already. I know that's crazy to say, but there was a couple shots where 2 of them were somebody was taking their photographs. They were posing. And because there was like a bunch of different scenes of different things happening. Like I think Checky was auditioning for an action film, which was a cool psych out, by the way, because I thought they were doing like a BNK beginner thing.
Exactly.
And I'm like, I was like, you're doing beginner, and they're like, no, psych, and they had like cut, and it was like, I was like, oh, that's more. I actually thought that was pretty genius, because they tricked me, because the girl was like, she was like doing like a kick or a ninja move, and I'm like, oh, here we go, and then it was like cut action, and she was like, oh, hey, how you doing? To her, like the person just like whipped his butt, and I'm like, oh, that's awesome. So, but there was another like little mini scene where it was 2 of the girls, and the one girl, she was wearing like an all white, like real nice, like proper dress. Her face is seriously ridiculous. Like it's appealing, like very Japanese. She might even be Japanese. If she's a hafu, I wouldn't doubt that she's a hafu. But like her face is like real pale, and she's got like the sore red cat eye look, and it's like I love that look, by the way, on Japanese girls. I think it just looks amazing with that.
Belle, I think. Might be
oh,
Belle.
I'm so happy you know this. This girl, it's like instant appeal. So it's like that alone worked. But the song, they crushed it. The music was pleasant. Their voices are pleasant. The language, Tagalog, it worked. It worked for the song,
it
like
really
100%. Like I compare it to when they did Iwaki Maybe.
Yeah,
Iwaki Maybe.
Yeah.
It was good. Iwaki Maybe's okay. It didn't work for me. This worked because it like really highlighted what
vocals.
MNL wants and thinks and believes in. So I gotta be honest, that alone, before I even get into the idol stuff, I mean, I want to hear what you guys have to say. I have to be honest. If they can continue in this route, and if they can stay on this course, and they can pick other songs that are vocal heavy, they can do the Manila thing without sacrificing being idols. Because this was a genius move. Whoever thought to put this song out, they must have watched our show, or they must have been really thinking about stuff, and they must have been like, okay, we want to honor good vocals, but we don't want to go too far away from idol concept here. Let's do 365 Nichi no Kamihoki. Great idea. A+. Honestly, A freaking plus. This is one of the best sister videos I think I've ever seen, and that's saying something. That's right. I mean, beginner. I don't think nothing tops beginners. BNK's beginner. I don't think you can. I just don't think you can. But honestly, this is seriously A+, considering Manila came out of nowhere with this. And honestly, I don't even like that song that much. I like Cyanide in the song, but I've never been a big fan. Never. I actually love to listen to this. I could listen to this many times, and I don't think I get bored.
Exactly.
Your thoughts, guys? What do you guys want to say about it? Anything?
Well, when the video was released, well, my inbox was pretty much full with, yeah, go listen to this, go listen to this. So I gave the song a listen, and
that's why I did.
I fully agree with Derek. The vocal range is so
unreal.
So unreal. I was like,
it's just freaking unreal.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I really like this. And if they're choosing a vocal heavy song, it's a great choice. So I'm wondering what comes after this. They going to do a dance heavy song, because apparently Philippines are heavy on dancing as well. So what can you expect? Can we expect Uza? Can we expect River? Or even Beginner, I would say. So yeah, if the next step is a dance heavy song, I would hope they choose one of those 3 songs, I would say.
Yeah, me too. But can you guys think of any other vocal heavy songs in AKB's catalog, just off the top of your head, that you think would be a good next pick? Either Colin, Robin, either of you. I'm curious what you guys think.
So since you don't need A size then, because 365 is not an A size song.
No, it doesn't have to be A size.
Bird.
No, it doesn't
that's
have to be.
One of the songs.
Bird, dude. That's
dude.
Duh. Okay, yeah, that'd be great. That'd be really good, actually.
What's the one that Yuko always sings? But no, that's too slow if you want to do that.
Oh, Naki Nagara Hawende.
That one.
Good, but I kind of want something powerhouse.
How about Blue Rose?
Duh.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Robin, your brain is just too much here. Yes, Blue Rose would be amazing for them, because that actually would fit their style, because it's also more Western. Blue Rose is one of the more Westerner type AKB songs that was really accepted. And I also, who crushed Blue Rose? Who was it?
Yeah, Cyanide did it as well.
Well,
Akimoto Sayaka did one, Miyazawa Sai did one version, Iriyama Anna did a version, Motsaka did a version as well. I think my favorite one that was with Iriyama Anna, with Yamamoto Sayaka, it was in the Tokyo Dome.
Oh, that was so great.
Was it
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was which one was it? The other one, last one. It was really a lot of powerhouses in that song version.
For me, the most nostalgic, iconic one was with Mitan, Ohari Megumi, Mitan, early Mitan, when she whipped off and she had the bikini on, and then of course what's her name from the Philippines, Sayaka?
Akimoto Sayaka.
Akimoto, of course, because she always also just crushed that song, and it was when you had those girls together, I mean, can you imagine being in an AKB theater back then and just you got to see that?
Yeah.
It's
wow.
So it's so that's, I think Blues would be a great next one.
Confession is also another one you can do.
Oh, Confession would be so good. Yes.
I'm thinking more bigger group, because since Paper Airplanes is of course with the whole Senbatsu, is there another song that's like that?
Yeah, more Senbatsu-ish.
Colin,
that's
do you have an idea?
Nothing comes to mind. I'm really drawing a blank. Like I have nothing.
Fan comments, fans. Let the fans let us know. What do you think would be a next good powerhouse vocal but still idol song for MNL? Because they got something here. They finally did. Finally. Bless you. Bless you.
Thank
Bless
you.
you.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Think.
Bless you in the name of AKP.
That
Suddenly I feel cursed.
more so.
Yeah.
Good one. Good one. Good one.
So,
Come back.
Colin, did you see the MNL video?
Yeah.
And? Come on, you've been super quiet.
Okay.
That
You know,
means something's coming.
your question was, did you watch it? It's like, yeah.
Okay. Colin?
Come on, you know what we mean
So,
by that.
Derek and DX just hyped me up so much for watching this video that I'm tempted to watch it right now, but then we would get copyright strike because I would listen to it live. So, do you agree with them on that side, that this is one of a very great start for MNL48? Or, I don't know if it's their start, but like a big break for them?
When you say it like that, it's like, oh, like BNK's Corsair fortune cookie. To that I say, no. It was fine. It was fine. I can't really have a big complaint about it. Maybe some lighting issues here and there, but nah, nitpicky. I liked the set. You know what they used as a backing. You know when you go to like a stage play or anything more. What we would have in Europe, like that stage, I really liked. Oh, sorry. And I really like the closing. Like this is what they should have done. Not using like the bright white backdrop.
There you go.
Yeah.
Like that didn't work at all.
Yeah.
And now I could see their outfits very well, and I really like that. Like even some of the combinations with denim, I thought, yeah, that's really cute. I can see it, even though it's completely white. I can see the details, and I really like details in that for that. So yeah, I like that. But it was fine. It was fine. There's just nothing too much that I can stick my teeth in.
Oh, good.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say there's a saying in marketing that like you have to see something 3 times. You have to see it in like a news report on TV or listen or something 3 times and then it sticks. This is the first time. So I need 2 more and I think MNL will stick. And I think the reason why I say this is because I had a clear center I could see. I had a clear side girl who became like instant Oshi for me. And then they just did it right. They didn't mess anything up, in my opinion. It was them. And I felt it appealed to their strengths. But this is one. I need a few more, and then I really think they'll be here. Because even with BNK, it took a while for me to even, like, really, it took a while for them, I think. But now they're finally here, and they can't do no wrong. But it's like, as we'll talk about later, but it's just like, this is a good first step, at least on the music side. Now, of course, on the idol side and the discussion I want to have, that's a whole other thing. But go ahead, Colin. I just wanted to throw that in there before you continue.
That's fine. That some people need that. That's fine. I can see that. But it's not that there wasn't anything bad. Maybe like a nitpick. I don't like it when there's a camera and they're like this and then singing. They did that in Iwaki maybe. I don't like that. It's like there's a disconnect. But that's just personal preference. It's like, look at me. Make a connection.
Right.
You don't have to look at me. But like, look in the direction. I think this, if I would, do the podcast like this, I mean, I wouldn't like seeing
Good point.
that. So
Good point.
if it's like for a photo, okay, but not for an MV. I don't like that.
This is a very good perspective because yes, you look in the camera right now, but you see me. I always look to the side. I rarely look in this to feel they're connected. Then it's emphasized because I'm looking at something else.
You still do this, like you still do this. You just the way
sometimes,
you sit,
yeah.
but not like this. Not like I'm to my beautiful wall, but
you know what that is actually the way they do that. It's the same thing they do in musicals. In musicals, when they perform their song. They don't look at the audience. Because
I will disagree with you there right now. That's in a big stage. There's people there, people there, people there. This is different. I will not agree with you there because I see that completely differently. Like I know that they do it there. That is fine, but you have in a theater there are multiple people, even people above. This is an MV. Focus on the camera in a sense. Not like this, like I said. in an MV, it doesn't work if the camera is right there.
It depends, I would say. I haven't seen, so I can't judge completely on it, but I do understand maybe what they're going for, since either you have two things. You can do both, since then you are acknowledging the audience.
And there are times they do that.
Okay, so that's the thing. You need to stick with one thing, because if then it feels like you're getting ignored in that feeling. If you do it from the start, then you're watching a performance. But if someone is looking at you right away, then you feel like you're part of the performance.
Yeah,
but
when they stand on that big stage.
Yeah, at any point, if they then stop looking at you, then you feel like you're not part anymore, and you feel ignored, and that gives a bad feeling to that side. So you don't never want to combine that.
No, when they are on that big stage, like when you go to a theater, then they're all looking like that or a bit like that, because there is an audience. And that, when they do that, it's fine. I like that. But when it's the other shots, the non-shots, they're basically like in this room, black room, just them. That is fine. But then they're still looking away, and I get what they're doing. It doesn't work for me. Not with a song like this, which is a song that needs to connect.
There's a way to combine it, and funny we just talked about it with Kimi no Kata Tsukidakara, the original.
Yeah.
There are parts, or with Iwake maybe, there are also parts, when they have the close-up, they first look away, but then at the end they look at you. And that's the only way you can do it. You can do it the other way, because if you look at it and then look away, then you feel like you're getting ignored. That's the bad feeling on that side. But if
but
during
I don't
the
think
song,
that happened.
Yeah, so if they look first and then look at you, then you have a feeling you're getting enthralled. It's like, it means so much to me to be you for being a part of the performance.
Okay.
If they do that, that's better. But still, it's a bit.
I get you.
If it is that, then it's like it can or cannot work, or somewhere in the middle. With this, no. That's where I'm like definitively no.
But
really, that's like also a nitpick. Like but more of a nitpick. But that doesn't wear the MV down or anything. Just what I do not like. I will get there with BNK in a moment.
Now, the biggest thing that just happened now is I haven't seen this, but with your explanation you just gave me, it's the first thing on my list to watch. It
Awesome.
really feels like something that I need to watch on that side. So, very good on that side. But Derek, so this
Yes.
was going to a discussion after this situation. So, what is the biggest question on this side?
Right. Okay. So basically, we've had a lot of requests, or not a lot, but I mean, there's been some when we were first kind of getting into MNL48 in our discussions about what they're doing wrong. Like some people just don't get it. Like they're like, well, what's wrong? Let me break this down as best I can, and please, everyone, throw in and contribute, because you guys all are also very much aware of this. But when you're doing an idol group, I think it's very important to establish that if you were going for the Japanese idea of idol and not the Korean and not anything else, you have a choice. You could hybridize it, which is like blend your country and your culture with the concept Japanese idol, or you go full Japanese idol, or you just go full something else. In like Eyes1's case, they're doing a good job, I think, of balancing K-pop with Japanese. I mean, it's more leaning towards K-pop, but that's okay. They're not making any like illusions or trying to do anything but that. That's fine. But I think in Manila 48's case, it's a matter, I think, of just not understanding, because what I mean is, it's like, let's take the idea of like the girls in the group, like, being these like crazy singers and these crazy dancers. Great, that's wonderful. But if a girl isn't that crazy good at singing or dancing, that doesn't mean she's bad. That's not a bad thing. Whereas the Filipino community, from what we've been told, would maybe not accept that. Right there, you're throwing out idol, because it's an idol. You can be the worst singer in the world. You cannot even have a voice, as some AKB members don't have a voice at Tomonaga Miho. But it's just, it doesn't matter, because if you have something else, that's an appealing thing. There's personality. And then also, too, one of the biggest things, look at Achan, look at Maeda Atsuko. Started out, didn't know anything, but she had something. And the fans that stayed with her from day one on that stage in Akiba at the Donkey got to see her go from this little star to the brightest star of all. And that's also part of Idol, watching the progression. Guess what? If you hire 30 girls and they're all, 4 or 5 vocal operatic range, they're dancing better than, people that go on competitions, what do you have to root for? Nothing. There's nothing there. And that's the biggest difference between Western and Eastern ideas as it relates to Japan. In Western, we expect the girls to be at top. When they go on, America's Got Talent, you got to show talent, or you're not talented, therefore get off the stage. In Japan, sometimes the best girl is the girl who can't do anything. Look at Fresh Lemon. Fresh Lemon isn't the best singer. Fresh Lemon can't sing at all. But did we all not love and adore that girl?
Yep.
Why? It wasn't her dancing. It wasn't any. It was she was an idol.
She was growing to become a lemon.
I think she fully achieved it. She is now hanging off a branch somewhere in a lemon orchard, and she's very happy. Wait, lemons grow on trees. Okay, sorry, I didn't want to make an idiot of myself. Okay, so that's right there. Number one, the MNL people, the management. Era 1, you hire girls that are too perfect.
Yeah.
So right there, I have nothing to root for. Nothing. Although, again, in fairness, what I just said, they did knock it out of the park with the 365 because it was vocal heavy, so it was a smart move. But they got to figure out the balance. That number 2, number 3 I was talking about, this is where they also got to understand, on a management side, number 1, you have to understand this is an idol group from Japan. If you make it too much like an idol group from the Philippines, it's not an idol group from Japan anymore. It's you basically doing karaoke of songs from groups in Japan. And that's not what this is about. And what I mean is, it's like, I remember when MNL first came on the scene, there were some girls on Facebook posting pictures of them with their boyfriends, hanging out, flipping the camera off, doing things that aren't a major level idol. I mean, all that. There was one girl who was like applying for them that had actually messaged me personally. I don't even know how she knew me, and she was talking to me, and I told her, I'm like, you should have messaged me if you're trying to be with MNL48. That's not what idols do. And so that's where they're coming. They had no idea, no concept of that. And then the third thing is, when I watched that festival, and just the way they were chanting and getting the crowd into it, it was very westernized. It wasn't like trying to get people to do mixes. It was like, come on, everybody, clap your hands, let's go. But it wasn't idol. It didn't feel idol. It didn't have any sense of idol. It wasn't cute. There wasn't any idol cuteness. That doesn't mean to say you can't be like badass on stage. There's plenty of like a lot of the girls that in the underworld, they don't do that. Okay, but even then, look at Kea for but even them, they know how to put the idol mixing in. They know how to incorporate all that. Their songs, it's just the structure, everything about it. I'm not saying that's not a bad thing, but then when you have like MNL48 being, I for lack of a better word, pimped out to doing other things that aren't very idol-y, I don't know if that's good. For example, in Manila, I think it's fair to say it's a very religious place. Like they're very Catholic heavy, maybe very Christian based, maybe. So I saw a video with like the Manila girls like singing like a choir, a Christian choir song or something. I'm like, that's not idol. Sorry, it's not idol. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was beautiful. They knocked it out of the park because they're great singers. Why aren't they doing idol things? It's like that's not what I want to see. Now, again, it's nothing against Christianity, nothing against that, nothing against none of that. It just didn't feel like idol to me. And then it's the management not understanding that, and then this whole Susenkyo business, and then they're trying to say, well, it was endorsed by Occupy, so it's okay if we eliminate people. Why are you listening to that guy? He's a multi-billionaire that doesn't care anymore. No offense, but I don't think Occupy gives a crap. So, like, why even? That's not endorsement. You don't eliminate girls like that. That's nothing. That's not idol. So it's like there's all these things that are kind of just really tearing away. And then the big argument in our discussion was, in the conversations in our comments was like, they were like, well, it's in Manila and it should be more Filipino. No, it shouldn't, because then it's not Japanese. Then it's not idol. It's something else.
Then you're just
and I don't know
if
that's something else is good.
Yeah,
right, exactly. So that's kind of where I want to start that. Because
okay. Yeah, I think the biggest thing that people like and people love this, and not just only Eastern side but Western as well, is what you said. We like to see growth. We like to see struggle. We like to be
Developments. Yeah,
emphasized with the character because it's fine if you hire perfect, members for the group, but then you need to showcase each and one of those persons to see what they are like as a character, as a
Right.
person,
Right.
so we can then emphasize on how they, well, what they're missing, what their compensations are missing, what they're lacking, what they need to work on to become even better. Because you can always become better. It's a fact. There's nothing like, okay, I've reached everything, I know everything, I can do everything. No, there's always room for growth, and that's what people like to see. They like to see growth because it feels like dedication and hard work, and you can emphasize yourself in that feeling. I think that's the biggest thing that should be showcased. So again, I have no clue of MNL48, and that's really, it's not something I follow. But I wonder, are there any other shows, not just see them, okay, here they are, they're performing, now they're performing there, now they're performing there. Is there in between, like, oh, they were guests on this show and they had a few moments, so you can then showcase on how they talk? Do they have a variety show? That always helps in the Japanese side to see them grow in there. You just need a couple of seconds. You can be immortalized as a character if you have a few moments in there, and we've seen it countless of times on, let's say, AK Bingo or an AKB48 show or anything on that side. So I wonder on that. And third of all, it's the idea. I get where they're going, what Derek is saying. Are they just using the name like MNL48, like the 48 type, to showcase like, oh no, we're with this big company that AKB48 giant group, so they already have like a few steps ahead, or are they really trying to find a way to use that both, like the Japanese side with their own little spice in there. So they're still learning. I think that's most of the things.
Yeah, I think
Well,
that's well put.
actually, MNL48. I know there's at least one variety show for MNL48. It's called iSchool, and you can compare that one with the old Shukan AKB / AK Bingo. It's quite fun to watch, actually.
Yeah.
It's soft
There,
on
there
YouTube
you
as
go.
well.
That's something. So if you watch that, if you're a fan, then you can learn more about the characters individually. So then you can develop empathy, and you'll be more interested in that. And that's always the effect you're looking for. So that's a good thing.
I think just to add to that too, it's also about personality. It's about how you conduct yourself. Again, I understand that these girls aren't Japanese, but again, if you're trying to emulate an idol group, part of an idol group is this Japanese mindset and culture that goes into making an idol group, and that includes things like how you behave yourself on stage and off stage. Certain moves, things you do that are idol that you don't necessarily maybe think aren't idol, like because you're westernized or whatever, and it's to get into super specifics on that, but it's like it when you see it if you've been here long enough, and it's like I can tell like right away, oh, like you're not acting Japanese enough. And I know that may sound weird because they're Filipino, I get that, but it's like, again, you are representing a very subcultural facet of Japanese culture that's built on a lot of rules, and when you start just discarding those rules in the name of your culture, it's not a Japanese thing anymore. And that's the thing. It needs to be more Japanese, and it's not. And that's the part that kind of gets to me. And that's sort of thing. Now, the reason why I like this MV so much was because it felt very Japanese. It just the look, the structure, everything. It had a lot of what I'm looking for, but I still like it. The parts that really impressed me were the middle parts, the parts they added, the ad lib parts, where I think they were talking. It felt very much like an internal struggle. Okay, and I'm like, okay, all right, there's something. I want to feel for these girls. I want to know what they're about. I want to know that their management understands Japan's culture and gets that. And again, like I don't. If they're going to do handshake events, I want to make sure those handshake events are run like how it is in Japan. If they're doing, collaborations with different companies and groups, I want to make sure they're not doing that with groups that are going to lower the Japanese standard and the Japanese mindset. Things like that. It's just it's hard to explain past that point, but again, I think the main thing is like you can't have a bunch of girls that are already perfect to start, and two, you can't do things that aren't reflective of the Japanese culture and think that that's you're gonna get away with that, because then it becomes something else, and you're just basically karaokeing AKB songs, and I don't want to. Then whatever,
Colin, what do you think about this situation?
When Derek said, and he has said this before, I know, on a previous episode, like the girl that contacted him, and where he basically where she didn't know what to do. My thoughts are like, does this mean that they didn't advertise it good enough? That they didn't give enough correct information on what it is about? Because if it is, the Japanese idol culture, if it isn't, a part of the Filipino culture, which is understandable, of course, and they don't, they just, like what Derek said, they only take the name and it's like, oh, join the group. Then would that mean that they didn't know how to advertise it, or they didn't advertise how it is over there? Just music group, we need singers, dancers, whatever. And do it like that they hadn't, that the girls didn't know what to do, meaning that they interpreted it as how they do it. And when I say they, I mean the general music industry, how groups do it over there, that they take it from that. And if I need to insert my impression of it, a K-pop based, then they do it like that. Hence, what basically as a reaction to what Derek just said, how they do it. So that's more of a question that I would, do conjure about.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't advertised
enough. So what you're asking, are they using the basic formula for idol groups? That's the
probably
general.
Yeah. I think they just. I would say that they've advertised it like it's a group. There's a name, singers, dancers. Hey, can you do it? Apply. Basically like that. That is how it comes across.
The easy way out, to be honest.
Yeah, but if the management didn't understand how to advertise it. That's. Okay, I won't, blame them for that. With BNK, it was also like, I believe, if I'm correct, that it wasn't necessarily a part of their culture, but they did their own thing, and they do great stuff. And it's not necessarily the same, but a stronger flavor in the parfait.
Yeah, I got
like that.
It's more like they put their own twist to it, but they still stick to the Japanese rules, I would say.
Yeah.
Mostly.
So when is the Death Sosenkyo happening?
What did you say?
The Death Sosenkyo.
Death sentence.
Okay,
no, general eviction. That's happening
later this
on
month.
the April 28th, I think.
Yeah, later this month.
A lot of interesting things will come out of this.
Where if you don't rank, you're kicked out.
Yeah, that's why I said Death Sosenkyo. That's interesting. So, how? Okay, my biggest question with that though is, will they have a chance to reapply when they go for their second generation?
This actually is already the second generation.
Third generation then.
Yeah.
Second generation got what was it, released like a month ago, and now they need to appeal to the eviction, but if they don't, they're out, so they're like in for a month.
I think that's the worst thing. That's the biggest problem.
Worse than 8th gen.
It's
8th gen, that gen that we
that.
Okay, never mind then. Okay.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. There's an 8th gen.
Yeah, that's the point. But if that,
I remember it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Yeah, that's the point. That's not nice, but that's a valid question. Maybe. Maybe they're banned. Nope, you're banned. Bye. But maybe they can reapply. It's possible. We don't know.
Could you imagine that next year AKB48 decides, you know what? We really like the MNL Sosenkyo style. Let's do that. We need budget cuts, and then only the top 100. So we're gonna eliminate 180 members.
Oh god.
I mean, they have made stupid decisions before, so it's not totally out of the realm of possibilities. But come on, that would be a kick in the,
Yeah,
Not that they haven't
I
done
think
that.
it would be first into. Well, you go to the 5 stages of grief, I would say. You go to
Yeah.
like denial, then anger, then like bargaining, like, hey, is there any way? And finally, you're like, you accept it.
Yeah.
And then the next stage is like, okay, bye. Like
Let's
something
not
like
go
that.
there.
Possible.
Let's not go there.
It's a valid question. I don't know how they would do it. It would
I
be
hope not.
very ... inserted for yourself here, for them to be like, if you're out, you're banned, for life. Your kids cannot know. That's too much. But
Your bloodline ends in Idol.
Bloodline. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jesus.
you cannot work
Jesus.
with the group again. That would be a dick move, but maybe.
A Richard move?
I mean, what?
A Richard move?
Richard Dick Richard? I don't know.
Uh,
I have no clue who that is.
They're very good names. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. It's. I hope they don't do that. I mean, stupid decisions have been made, but not necessarily just by them. I mean, for every management.
Well,
But,
given the track record with NGT situation right now.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about more things, but that would be, a kick in the nuts for sure.
Yeah, so the
Well, we'll see.
generalization of how idols will be is like we need to see those vulnerability moments, to see growth, to see them develop in this way.
Right.
Going with that type of Sosenkyo, I don't think that's the right way, because the biggest problem is, so the idea of the Sosenkyo as well is you have then all the hardship going to the top, but also it's the start of someone who won't make it. It's like instead of sitting down in the dumps, you go like, okay, I'm gonna work on this, and then next year I'm gonna blow them all away. I'll be so much better. But in this case, it's like you don't get a second chance. It's
Yeah.
like
No.
you're out.
It's-
Well,
You're out.
that's the whole point. Like, they're only honoring the girls that have talent. That's not Idol. Idol is giving a girl the Susenkyo her first start, then she moves. Can think about, just apply this to past years in AKB. There'd be no Sashi. She would have been gone. Sashi took her forever to work up those ranks. There'd be no, I don't know. There'd be so many gone.
Yeah.
Like, it would just, we would have no, it would like, we've seen girls progress, get to the top, and I mean, yeah, goodbye.
Stu would be
Like-
left with 2 members.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I say we,
NMB would be losing all the time.
yeah.
NMB.
We-
Oh dear.
We would lose
Well-
our Team A captain. Not Komi. No, I was thinking, Miriyama would be gone. So, only Team K captain would be left. No
Wow.
A, B. Well, yeah.
That's what
B,
I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like,
At least
It's
Stu would only need
ridiculous.
a raft at that point. They could finally get going.
A canoe.
Stu48 coming to you.
No, one of those
Almost there.
round things that you throw when they're out of the sea. What the light? No, the round things,
It's like a buoy. It's not a buoy. I was on a boat. Come on.
Go on a boat. Go on a boat.
Yeah.
Just what we use, to relax in the pool, and it's like just one of those
Yeah,
things
like
where
a
you throw your
tube.
ass in.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inner tube.
Maybe
yeah.
that's what
so
Stu
funny.
would be left with.
It's not a life preserver. That's like the jacket. So
Yeah, that's
There's
Two
a
inner
jacket,
tubes tied together. One paddle between them. Oh,
they're,
God.
they're just in
Would
a
have
barrel going.
in a barrel. That's worse.
That's when their new single comes out. You see just like a waterfall, and they're just in a barrel going like.
They would go to the Niagara Falls. Like,
Yeah.
that would be cool. No, you can't
Oh,
do
man.
that there, I think. Off topic, Stu and that damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Their boat is getting ready.
What was the
and
question?
Idols in general. So
Oh.
on a final note for that, Derek, MNL48, step in the right direction. You would say you've seen the switch. You're now like seeing potential in becoming.
I see potential.
Yeah.
Yeah, the MV get it. I mean, they did something right there. I thought it was a pretty smart move. They were playing to the girls' strength. the question is, can they follow it up with something that shows the other side that they're missing, the idol side? Can they do something where you're showing more personality? Can you do something where maybe it is another powerhouse song with vocals, but you're still embracing the idol side? So, I mean, that's what they got to figure out. But also, their management has to understand this is a Japanese idol group that you're trying to portray with girls from the Philippines. How much of it is Filipino? How much of it is Japanese? And I'm saying lean on the Japanese, not on the Filipino. Otherwise, it's not an idol group.
We'll see
And
what
you will
happens
lose it.
at the end of
We'll
the
see.
month. Yeah, that's
We shall
gonna
see.
be very crazy. Okay, but then let's step into the right direction.
Yes. Yes.
And that is BNK48. Oh, they're doing so great.
Yeah.
All right.
Can do no wrong.
So,
Unreal.
how fast are they announcing new singles? I think it's pretty fast. It just came out the last one,
not-
and then
But the upcoming is not really a single. It's more like an album song, I would say.
Yeah, their second album. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's still
Now,
an,
actually, MNL did that. I think Iwakime was released like a new one. But with BNK, it's like, they had the general election in January, and the CD was released the end of March. So
okay.
now they're like, second album.
First up, why the song Jabba Jam?
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone is like,
Oh, why that song?
I get Okada Nana Center, Chirprang Center. They like each other. Idea.
Before Okada Nana cameo.
Wouldn't say no to that. My head hurts already.
If Chaprong was the center, I would see it. But no, we have a double center, Poupée, if I say that right, and Font. And she is a second generation. I believe this is the first time that a second generation.
Jabba Jat double center? How does that work?
Yeah. We have to wait and see.
Wait and see, I guess.
Interesting choices for the two of them. Yeah, happy for them. The rest of the lineup is pretty much the same. They were first timers, but we focus on the main thing.
Okay.
But yeah, it's
just maybe the language is more appealing to the word Jabba Jam.
Oh, I believe someone, a good friend of mine, said that, if I'm correct, that in Thai, Jabba Jam means something like going crazy. I think
it's an actual word.
I did say that Jabba Jam is a nonsensical word. Well, in Thai language.
In Japanese, it's a nonsensical word.
Yeah. I thought, I don't know every language in the world, so to me it's like a nonsensical word, but apparently it's in their language. Who knew? I didn't. So maybe they do something.
The biggest thing they should change with the song is
the tempo.
No, when they go like Jabba Ja, give more energy to it. Change a little bit of the formation of the sounds, and it will already be a better song, I would say.
Oh yeah, more power.
Yeah. No.
It's
looking forward to it? Question mark.
Yeah, same. Question mark.
Not sure what to expect, to be quite honest.
What we are certainly looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
The B-side.
Mm-hmm.
Reborn. Center. Izuta Arena.
Yes.
Praise the Lord.
Nice title.
Yay!
And she centered it before, so that's a pretty remarkable feat. Fine, great. I was very happy with that. And it's bigger. I think it's 19 members. Usually it's like 16, but fine. It's good. I'm not complaining. 19 is still.
So let's explain, where does the original song come from? Reborn.
I think it was on Kibuteki Refrain.
Yeah, Kibuteki Refrain, and it was a senbatsu of girls that had never been in senbatsu before. So Izuta Arena, little girl known Sasaki Yukari. I think. So many names are escaping me now.
Sena?
Iwate Saho? Not Seichan. I think
not
Seichan
yet.
was
that
not
was
in it.
too early, I think.
I'm seeing their faces, but like names are just escaping me. It's like,
so what was the song like? Just give us a. I need a refresher course because a title alone.
It was a high tempo song. It was it was high tempo. It was really fun song to listen to, actually.
Yeah, nice.
What was the music video?
In a chalet, I think.
Yeah, it was.
What?
So
Chalet.
What the hell is a chalet?
So that went skiing, I guess.
Okay.
Something like that.
You never been to Belgium on vacation?
Is it like a gazebo? No.
Gazebo.
Gazebo.
I don't
A
know.
chalet.
We're just using words now, so.
No, it's more
In
like
a house.
yeah.
Chalet. Stop being so fancy.
You guys are funny.
No,
Oh,
no, not doing. No, I won't do it. No,
No.
it's too- even for Dutch standards, that's too mean.
yeah.
Wow, we reached something.
No,
Okay,
but
but yeah.
The MV took place in vacation style home. Vacation style house.
yeah.
I would
Thank
say.
you
So
for
it was-
using normal English. Okay. So it was like a relaxing home,
Yeah.
pretty
but it
much.
was a fast-paced beat. I'm just trying
Yeah.
to remember. What was
Relative fast. Was upbeat, yeah.
Well, the recommendation: go and watch Reborn, the original version.
I know that was nice. I look forward to what they
yeah,
do.
same here.
When it's
I don't
coming
know
out?
what they-
They have not said when, so we don't know.
If you want to
Is
see
it
the reactions to the announcements, that's also on their official channel, right? The Senbatsu
There's-
announcement, and you can see
There are
the
pictures,
yeah.
Yeah, pictures, yeah.
but no videos. At least not that I'm aware of. But I really want to see videos because that's always.
I
fun.
believe there,
But I
there
did
was
see
footage.
pictures.
There was footage of people reacting, like giving congratulations.
way.
You see
Yeah.
you see the members sitting like crouched on the ground, and then when the announcement, and they go like congratulations, yeah, stuff like that. So
There
Well-
were pictures at least. I don't know for the videos, but hey, maybe people who know. Maybe I didn't see them.
yes, Derek.
I saw the one with the Izarina. She was
yeah.
she was like pointing. She was like so happy. It was like that instant joy that is on that face of hers was just. I miss it. It's very nostalgic because I remember like all those times she was on like AK Bingo and whenever she was getting picked on or just saying something funny and it was like Izarina, where have you been? But it was so nice. It was so good. And I think this is somebody says the only time in history anyone in AKB's ever sent her 2 songs like that or something in 2 different
In different languages.
Yeah, different languages.
in different languages. So she has that distinction, which I think is pretty
Yeah,
ridiculously
that's a cool
awesome.
in the history books. It'd be
Very
like,
cool.
Yeah.
I thought Chaprang would have been in. I thought Chaprang would end up getting like recruited by AKB to do something, but I guess not. So go as Arena.
World Senbatsu 48.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, if they do it again, we'll know.
Doesn't count in this situation.
But there's
Um,
more. There's more.
Yes, Colin.
There's another song.
Go ahead.
Okay. I love it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I have found my favorite MV. It's basically an original song, their second one, and actually one that works for me.
Works for me
Bye-bye.
too.
Take it away, Colin. Take it away.
Bye Bye Plastic, basically.
Yes.
a
Yes.
Power Rangers parody.
Yes.
It's
So
great.
good.
Genius.
The
So
MV
good.
is amazing. It's corny, silly, like I don't know, British TV in the 70s and 60s.
It's
I would
over the
say.
top Sentai, sponsored by 7-Eleven,
And it is awesome.
It is
while
awesome.
having an
Yeah, that's
environmental message.
Yep.
Yeah, that too. But that's
I got 3 words. MNL. Watch that.
Watch closely.
No, it's so much fun. It's really just the moment it goes in there, but the song style, it's the goofy, funny, with a great beat listening to.
Yeah,
It's something you
actually.
would just watch and just laugh and laugh and laugh, and you can tell they're enjoying themselves. You can
Oh,
use this
yeah.
for a
Yeah.
commercialized version as well, and yeah, it pulls the strings of nostalgic as well. In the, I think most of us grew up with, well, for us then Power Rangers, or in Japan it's the Sentai is still going. I believe the recent episode had like one of the biggest crossovers ever as a tribute to
There was
all
a
the
movie
Sentai.
that Matsui Reina was in. I watched that.
That's Kamen
There's so
Rider.
much
That's
crazy
that.
stuff,
It's also
yeah.
Sentai,
no,
but
no,
that's the different one.
I missed it. Yeah, okay, that's true. Sorry.
Yeah, but Sentai is always big in there. So go ahead, Derek.
Well, when you hear the song though too, it again, Colin, this is an original, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
it has like parts for mixing, that if you're an idol fan, you would mix right away. You know exactly where. It's all very intuitive. It has a Japanese spirit to it. It's invoking Japanese culture. The
And
girls
stars
are
in Japanese.
dressed.
Yeah.
They're dressed like Japanese idols.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. It's not that hard. And you can still be original. You can still be original and write an original song in your language and still preserve the beauty and wondrous aspects of idol culture via making a silly video like this, but making sure the song has idol elements.
That's it.
Not that hard.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that's
Not that hard. And it's awesome.
It's very much up there. I wished Jiwao Days was like that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
I
wow.
know.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Why couldn't they put this song out instead?
BNK48 currently, it's really, really on
Still the
top.
best group.
They're ridiculous. I hate it, but they're like the honor roll A+ student. They're just every. It's like at this point, I'm the teacher in the room, and I'm passing out all the papers of everybody who got. Here you go, Tommy. You got an A. Congratulations. Here you go. Well, we already know what you got, BNK. We don't even have to say it. And,
Something like that.
And everybody's at the class. Is like, it's just. They're so good.
You know how it feels like, and we can use so many analogies for this one, but I feel like it's. Remember, you have a dog, and then the dog gets a little bit older, and you're like, you know what? I need that puppy feeling. You know, we're getting a second dog, and then the second dog is like all the attention, like, oh, he's a good puppy, and then she in the corner,
Oh my
the
God,
old dog,
that's such a good analogy.
be like the dog, like, I used to get pets. I used to get the new toys, and that's
It's good though.
and then you sometimes see then the old dog getting like bones, like playing. It's like, not now, I'm watching football or something, and and the dog is really sad, trying its best with the toy, and then something the little dog's like, oh, you're the cutest ever. You can just go in there all the way, and yeah, I would say that's the biggest thing right now with AKB48. It's like, well, good try. It's like, well, you're still cute, you know. It's like.
Aw.
I have this picture from a few years ago when we were in the park. It was so great.
That's so good. That's so good. I have this picture when we were on the beach and you were running around on the beach and where are the days of the Mizugis? But it's just, it's just like you're totally on the mark there, Robin. But it's again not to be up BNK's butts so much, but they're really incredible. Like they're really doing everything right. MNL though, I'm telling you, I got a little glimmer of hope there this week. So I'm hoping for more. I'm hoping they're getting it finally. But it's like I think if they can keep going, if BNK can keep doing this, we could literally see a major shift in Idol from Japan to Thailand. I honestly kind of feel like that could really legit happen. I don't know. I mean, at least on the major level, as far as AKB is concerned.
There's one more group I'm still waiting for to redeem themselves. You know, like I said, Keikizaka came out with Kuro Hitsuri, and it's amazing, but it's not, like Derek said, it's not the original Idol, you would say. They still have the formula in there, but they have their own theme, their own style. Currently, my feeling in Japan is there's only one group that has the like remotely even the idol style, and that's Nogizaka 46, and they still need to come out with their new version song after the Nishino graduation. It was a good song, very good style, but now they need to move on to that new side. But then the classic idol look, that was AKB48. Currently, can you guys name anything like that? So you have the what was it again? 2027?
Yeah, NoAKBNoLife.
With Satomaki in there. I'm really thinking about it because the concept of idol is really fading away to more a digital version. You all have them like animated style. You have them. There are groups that are singing, and when you look in the Oricon top chart, you always see them in the top. But is that the next step? Is it now you still have the voices, but it becoming the voice actor style? I would say.
Maybe.
Well, you're in the underground, you say. Is there any group that's remotely close to like a national level? You would say.
You mean like everybody knows?
Yeah. So Kea has her own style. Hinata has their style, I would say. It's not compared to the classic idol that AKB48 represents. Can you name anything that comes in close? You know, more than Musume style.
Right. I'll just say like right now, like in Tsutaya and Shibuya, you can always tell what's kind of trending based off the first floor of Tsutaya, what's big there. Hinata 46 is all over that mother right now. So they're doing not too bad. They're really kicking it. I'd say Equal Love isn't doing too bad either. I'm thinking Sashi's little side group is actually carrying their own. They're holding it well. As far as my world goes, I mean the biggest import or export from this world is Bish. You know, Bish was even up for an award this year at the Japan Music Awards, and I don't know if they won or not, but I mean, Bish is, they're pretty huge. Bish is part of WAC Entertainment. WAC has groups like BIS, who are the original alt idols back in 2014. They pretty much sprung alt idol into existence, if you really want to argue that kind of stuff. Gang Parade, Empire. There's some big names that are kind of nationally known through WAC. And then your next big company would be Akbek Records. Akbek has like my favorite group, Yanakoto Sotomito, is kind of like a side group. But they had like the Theirs who now disbanded. But you know, they had Bell Ring, Shoujo, Girls Heart. Everybody knows all these groups. But the thing is, it's like they're underworld. But you do have other groups that are like with like Amuse, Avex, things like that. Like, you know, although the groups I'm about to say, I'm not sure if they're with the labels I just mentioned, but like Festive is big. Kiss B, I think, has been around. I don't know if they're still around. There's some bigger names that, like, when you see the Tokyo Idol Festival roll around every year, they're always on the main stages. They're always doing it, but they're part of our world. So, like, I mean, they can easily play, like we can play a Taibon with Festive, and it wouldn't be terribly out of the ordinary. Versus, like, you know, AKB, it'd be like, oh my god, we're playing AKB. Even Bish now would be weird. But Bish back in the day used to play the same stuff we're playing. You know, you know, they used to play the same clubs we played. So there are national groups.
Yeah. So the reason,
but I'm not, you know, go ahead.
The reason I'm saying all this is we now have the example with BNK48 with Bye Bye Plastic. That's the old school style I was missing with AKB48. And you're saying it's the old.
I see what you're saying.
It's the old school style that's currently not used anymore. All these groups, they have their different styles. They still have, it's still idol, but not compared. It's outdated, maybe, in a way. You need to be very careful when you go for that style, and you don't need to do it like every time, like currently AKB48 is doing. That's why it's not working so well anymore, because it's a style that was appreciated in its time, but nowadays we have like gone to a different genre, gone to a different style compared to it. Occasionally, like what they're throwing in there now, when you do it right. You do it just right. You have that feeling of nostalgia into modernization. So what they're doing now with Bye Bye Plastic, you can tell, you know, this is a fun song because they're giving it a throwback. What AKB48 is trying to do is staying too much while finding a way to modernize it, but you can't. It's a style that's in the past, and you look at other successful groups, and they're more in a current style while still having the basic formula of being idols, I would say.
And that's a really good way of putting it, Robin. Like, I would say, like, a lot of these groups, even the alt idol groups, they still got parts where you mix. They still got parts where you know exactly how to do the whoa, you know, they're built into it. So there's still, I mean, even Necroma, who's like the darkest of the dark and the most evil of evil. We still have songs where you can mix like crazy. You can go nuts to mixing. And there's a lot of groups like that. There are some groups that are still very traditional, and when we get put on tie bonds with these groups, I mean, to me, I don't say they're boring. I don't particularly care for them. I like the new stuff, but I love the reactions. There's so many dudes in the crowd that might be like into Necroma, for example, but I'll see a lot of our Necroma fans give these groups mad respect, because again, they're holding on to this sacred idol formula and tradition, and there are some groups that do it really well. The good groups add a little bit of a twist, so it's still trad idol. We call them trad idols, but it's like something better, more evolved, I guess. And then of course you have Old Idol that's just straight opposite, the whole other direction. But it's like, if you want to succeed now and you want to do it, whether you're in Manila, whether you're in Thailand, whether you're in Japan, it's not that hard. You just got to respect the world you're coming from, and then grow out of it. That's all you got to do, and then find your niche, find what you love. And I mean, there's a group, Broken by the Scream. Total metal, total grind blasting. Their one girl, EO, has a voice that's so low. If you didn't see them and you heard them on Spotify and you didn't have any of their pictures, you'd think she's a dude. Her voice is like she's got that like death growl. EO's like the most adorable girl in the world. She's super friendly and super cool. Kind of a bro though. Like she is a little bit of bro, but like she's cool. And then they have another girl, Kagura, who has that real high, like crazy high pitched death scream. But they don't like, they have singers too, but they also have girls that sing. So they do it all, but they don't really have parts you can mix to. Like, I mean, some songs maybe, but the majority of their stuff is just hit you in the head like assault. But they still do techies. They're still considered idols. They play with idol groups. Their management company wants to get away and like maybe more, I think, with metal groups. But like, they're coming from the idol world. They're accepted. We treat them as idols. We don't treat them any different because they have that formula. They're still holding on. And I love that. I love that you can, like, again, that's my whole query, my whole beef with AKB this day and age. You can still be AKB48, but look at the world around you now. It's changed. Look at everything that's out there. You don't got to put out 35 songs that have the same writer that doesn't get it, because that's what they've been doing. You gotta look at it around and go to my world for literally one weekend, and you'll be so inspired to see that yes, we can still be cool, cute idols, but we can do something a little different. We can do something a little this, a little this. Heck, you can make a whole album and do 10 different genres if you wanted. Just like Taibon's that I'm on. When I'm on a Taibon, like Necroman's on a Taibon, there might be 8 groups on there, and 6 of them are so out there. They don't fit us at all. There might be 2 trad that definitely don't fit us, but it all works together. It all works together. AKB, if they would just follow that, look at all these groups and be like, okay, we're gonna do a song like Nanomortal. We're gonna do a song like Oyasumi Hologram. We're gonna do a song, maybe not Broken by the Scream. I can't picture any of the AKB girls doing like straight up death growls. But hey, you never know. You never know.
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying, like, have fun, be creative, be different. You're gonna reinvent AKB. And then you'll have another 10 or 15, 20 years because you're tapping into something creative that people can respect, and you're still being
Exactly.
That's the key.
Exactly. So, sorry, Colin, we all went a little crazy on the
Sorry,
BNK48.
Colin.
Sorry to me.
Well, we were talking about
No apologies needed.
We were talking about BNK48 because that's exactly what I'm trying to say with Bye Bye Plastic. They still have the style they're currently going is they did beginner. No, they did like the old school styles, but they have changed it into the modernization to it. And when they do an original like Bye Bye Plastic, it's really emphasized that you can do it in that way. And that's why I'm trying to say it's like AKB, just focus a little bit, look in the group over there, because
And
they're
boom.
doing it the way doing. Like example with HKT48, it was nothing. They're trying to throw it back, but not add anything to it, so it feels like because there's no nostalgia feeling there because it's new.
It was like really decided, last minute to do it, and with Sashi and so forth. So
Okay, I'll forgive them, but hopefully it's not their only song throughout this year.
No, I hope no. That would be it doesn't matter which group. If one song a year, that's just not how you should do it. Like, that's just making you really wait for a long time, and the payoff wasn't that great in HKT's case.
No.
So that's not how you should do it. Like I said a few episodes ago, you need to keep the flame lit.
They haven't performed it even at Music Station yet. I still wonder why.
Nope.
Here's the thing, though. You take.
Yeah, did they?
No, I don't think so.
No, exactly.
I don't think so. No, if you take HKT, you have right now, you have big, totally ganky, crazy, nuts as all HE double hockey sticks. You have Miroshika Anna, who's still around, who's still funny, who kind of needs a redemption at this point, who could use some redemption. You have Maria, little Maria, who's growing up, who also is superstar. You have Rikopi. Rikopi's nuts. She's certified loony. You have Gina, who has had some of the most memorable moments of the Susenkyo ever. Who could forget her having to run off the stage, or just all that.
Yeah.
Like there's
Natsuko, Natsumi.
Oh my god, so much personality.
Madoka.
Madoka, you got this beautiful womanly cool type. You even have Yabuki Nako. Well, no, not anymore. You have Tanaka.
Not anymore.
Yeah, okay.
Who has
1 year and 5 months.
Who has blossomed into something entirely different. But that's all I'll say about that. So the thing is you have all these distinct personalities. If I was their producer, I would make a wacky, Melon Juice the sequel. You know what I mean? I would make something where you're showcasing each of these girls in silliness. You still have a catchy hook, a fun song that's idle, but you're making it really fun. And you're taking each of these girls and you're elevating them up because HKT actually has probably the most weapons out of any group in AKB48 family right now. They have weapons, and they're not using them. Those weapons right now, they're dull and they need sharpened because this group has so much character. Put Bibi in, and just have Bibi in. This is what you do. You make a video with Bibi in and all the girls behind her. Do high tension style, where they're kind of walking somewhere, but you just have them go through a store and just pushing stuff over and going nuts and just and then just going outside and like swinging that stuff, and then in the middle of the street just start busting into this crazy hook dance, and then hooks you instantly, and then just have stuff falling over, and it would be insane. Just have one long steady cam shot. I guarantee you that would break them into the spotlight beyond all words. I really, really would take them and I would showcase because all those girls are crazy. They're crazy, so why not play on that string? How can you imagine having an HKT song with Anna doing a little line in Russian, and then Vivian just doing her crazy Genki spirit, and then you stop, and then Madoka, you put her on a piano, a piano gets rolled out into the street, and she's there, she's playing. I mean, it'd be nuts, but it would work. It'd be so much. Sorry, I don't mean to go off tangent. I love HKT. They're my original major sister group love until Tani left. But it was I don't know. They're a good example of what you can do. You know what I'm saying?
Very good.
So can I bring up one thing for BNK?
Of course, Colin.
Sorry.
Okay, so at the end, there's this giant Zorg. It's CG, but that's neat. And they actually have a weapon, and the weapon is the staff that they use.
From the Susenkyo.
Yeah, that was a nice little Easter egg in there.
Man.
I just wanted to bring that up because I thought it was just
very cool.
And works because Cheprong is the center. So it's
very cool.
That last
and it's
thing.
we paid a lot of money for this giant staff. What we can use it for? Throw it in there. Yeah, it's very cool. It's very cool. I would like to see that being used as their trophy belt. So next year, you can hand it over.
And after the next winner.
I can definitely see them doing that.
Yeah.
That would be neat. We don't know, but it would be cool.
Okay. Anything else on BNK48 that we want to talk about?
No.
Can I mention something? So.
No.
Okay. No. So on my vacation, I still sometimes had the time to just check Instagram and stuff like that. And I have Chair Prong on there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
She has the same stories every day. It's her saying go 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 or go go, and she's
That's
sitting in a car.
Thing, yeah.
Then you see, I think sometimes her dog. Then she do a performance, and then she says end. And it fades to black, or it's a black screen. That's her stories. That's today.
Yeah, she's very busy with all those things on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Recently she has been doing exams, and I think the other day she finished all of them for something important. But I forget. But I know that. But
yeah, a lot of exams haven't lately. No, someone else has actually passed finally one of those exams.
Oh my God! We got a bridge.
That's segue,
yeah. So if you don't know, on Nemesu TV for so many episodes, for very much of the season in there, Muto Tomu was studying to become a weather forecaster, and fail, and then passed finally the
Yay!
exam, so she's
Hey.
now
5
a.
years. Jesus.
So
Too much. 1,700 days, I think it took her.
Yeah, something
But
like
you
that.
know, if it's a
What?
success rate of 5%, it's like, that's really, really difficult.
all right, prediction time. Graduation this month or next month?
Maybe.
Oh.
Now,
no.
her Twitter bio is now updated to say weather forecaster. If
Yeah.
she gets a job, who knows? Because she's not just one of those, like in Mexico where it's just a pretty girl doing the weather and you just look at the girl and not the weather. She actually is qualified to do that. She knows her stuff.
So you
Maybe.
have a qualified weather forecaster that is also very stunning. Good for viewers. I think, what's the main channel in Japan right now?
NHK?
NSK.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, probably can use that one. I don't know
Next
what.
AKB song is a Singing in the Rain parody. Oh my god, yes. 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 Now. I want it now.
You could do
Yes.
it with Yukirin. She's also-
Oh my god, I want it now. I want it now. Just do them double center, do something like that, and you'll totally win me back.
No,
I would love it.
I think she'll get a job opportunity and maybe deciding,
Yeah.
okay, I'll focus my full attention on this.
Maybe she has been. Dividing is not meant to be bad, but she has been doing AKB, stage works. She also did Produce 48 last year, and then this. So she is really good at managing all those things. So maybe she can do it on the side.
Well, there's nothing
I
much you
can't
can
see her
do
do that.
on AKB side.
Yeah.
It's becoming less and less, even for Senbatsu members. It's becoming less and less stuff to do. They had, I can imagine last year and the year before that, their schedule was insane. It was every day there was a TV program they had to do, or a concert, and this year it's like,
So far, yeah.
okay, we had Jawaru days. Sashi now had her goodbye, and
In defense, Okabe Ren solo concert, Yahagi Moga concert, Miriam Nuri, the teams, Team 8 did like 3 concerts. So,
in
but
span
it was
of
all
1
in
month.
1 week.
Yeah, 1 week
In 1
actually.
week.
And now
So,
it's quiet.
there's a festival coming up later this month.
Yeah.
And Sashi's graduation concert.
Yeah. Those are things later coming up, but
But
the rest
maybe,
of the week.
maybe after that, we'll get some big stuff. We don't know. Maybe.
Mm.
I hope.
Maybe.
Please.
I hope so.
Please.
We'll see.
Uh,
Okay. Anything else that I missed that we should talk about for this week? Okay. How about then we go to our last month, end of the month, Patreon questionnaire.
Yay.
So it's gonna be a short one this time since we caught up a little bit. And Jerrison Oracion has a few questions for us, and that's it. So if you want to,
A few.
well, yeah, we're a limit, of course.
Okay.
So if you have any question for us, feel free to go to become a Patreon.
Please.
It's like $5 a month, and then you can just ask us questions, and we'll find time at the end of the month for the show, and or in the new month to answer those questions. So this
And there are
time,
higher tiers. Don't forget that.
yeah, if you want, you can just look all those up at patreon.com/48talk. So this time I have a few fewer questions. Since AKB48 show ended,
Yeah.
what is your favorite episode of the show?
Ooh, I actually have one.
Yeah,
It's
go
the
ahead.
one where Jirina was impersonating all the wrestlers. She was impersonating Tetsuya Naito. She was impersonating
good.
Yasuchika Okada. That one was really great for me. I really like that.
Yeah, that was good. That was really good.
I
I have one too.
Personally, I like the most of the time the segments, with the manager talk they have in between.
Oh, that was always good. Yeah.
I always laughed at the. It was also setting like sometimes we're in a restaurant or sometimes they were at the
Skits,
the skits, but with the travel guidance. You have 4 members, and then this one dude came in and he just wants normal thing, and they go completely.
After the rail, yeah. I know
Yeah,
what you
my
mean.
favorite one. My favorite one is in the coffee shop. and it's with I think Moriyasu Madoka.
Oh, with Kodama Haruka as well. Yeah.
Kodama Haruka, just
Yeah.
with her lisp.
What?
And I laughed so much in that episode. It's really, really one of my favorite parts. And for AKB48 show, I always like the backstage part in the concerts.
Oh yeah.
That's my biggest part. But Derek, your episode.
Oh no, go Colin, you go first, please.
No, I echo what Robin said. I personally don't have a favorite episode, but the segments that he said, the behind the scenes concert and the general manager talk, I would say I like those, but I don't really necessarily have a
Nishi no
favorite
Miki
episode.
dancing.
No,
Yeah.
it's funny, but I wouldn't say favorite episode.
Oh, one thing that always sticks by me with AKB48 show was when Tanaka Miku and Yabuki Naka were at Tokyo Dome City Hall and they were interviewing everyone.
Yeah.
And Mayu went like,
They're so cute. They're so
Yeah,
cute.
and AK Bingo too.
Okay, so on favorite episodes, it's the celebration of AKB48 show when they did it live, and they had Milky and Saine doing Waruki together.
oh god, yeah.
You had Obamina and the guy who's always with her, the manager style.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Oh yeah, Moso, yeah, the Moso one.
Those are my favorite segments, I would say. Derek.
Yeah, I would say for me, the parts that really stick out. Wait, I want to say Paruru's sensei thing was that a KB show?
yeah.
That
Where
was
she basically told idols
That's
what's
AK Bingo,
up.
though.
AK Bingo,
That's AK Bingo,
sadly.
though.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Well, okay, so that wasn't it. That was just something I just thought of now. No, the biggest one, of course, Mirarun. When she was like,
oh god, yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Okay.
Wait,
Yeah, no.
wait, when she was like she's like wanting to be taken more seriously,
Oh
and
yeah.
like nobody would take her seriously, and then she kept talking to the manager about it, and,
Oh, yeah,
and she was
Obamina,
like,
yeah.
yeah, Obamina.
Obamina, yeah, and she was like,
Obamina.
well, you know why? Like, I think we should have a talk with everyone, and like it was just an ongoing thing, and
Yep.
every time, and she played it so perfectly, and all the other members just like did not care, and she's like the poor manager. I know. See, as Caucasian now, that's even funnier to watch, considering idols are like that. Not the Necroma girls per se, but I've seen other that's just really funny. That's all I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's
say.
coming back in the final episode, or it already was. Was the final episode already aired, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already aired.
Yeah, so there was one more, I think. Also, like the bit
terrible.
with Kawaii Rina and Yokoyomi with Yo Sokantaku.
Oh, that, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was good.
That's an oldie.
There were some good
Yeah.
segments in there.
Yeah.
Sadly, in the end, AKB48 show was less and less about the skits. And some of the performances on the AKB48 show, I remember Escape. That's one of the big one I really liked.
Oh my god.
Recently, that I've been listening is, of course, what's the song again? Kiri Kiri.
Namida no Human Choke.
Yeah, it's such a hard song to remember the title, but well, that's one I like. The performance, there were always full versions, so that's the beauty of it. You could see the full dance intended, and that was always one of the main features to watch AKB48 show. So if you have a chance, just type in AKB48 show somewhere, and you'll always find something good. All right. What is the most interesting response that you got from a member in Showroom? DX, would you take it away for me, please?
Oh no, but that's not AKB48 related though. If you mean Okada Chiyo, or did you mean?
I meant someone else, yeah. I meant a
Yeah.
member.
Oh yeah. Oh crap. I forgot what Showroom it was again.
NGT48,
Oh, yeah.
Yamaguchi Maho.
Mahon. Yeah, now I remember. Oh.
It was
mentioned.
so out of the blue. So I was sitting just, watching Showroom. It was relatively new, and I went into Mahon's stream when show started, and just typing in there, and I did use the Google Translate style.
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
to type in English and then translate it in Japanese. Sometimes that's not a good idea since it will be a different sentence.
Yep.
And all out of the blue, just Mahon just reads my text out loud, replies to me, and then thanks in English, and goes on there, and it felt like it was what happened. It's like I didn't even throw a tower, I didn't even throw any bits. So my comment just come up, she read it, and she just replied to it, and that was just an amazing feeling. That I'll be like, did that just happen? And then immediately like DX is like yeah, I saw, and then try it as well, and then
Yeah.
one of the great moments. In Showroom, I've rarely been on Showroom nowadays, but when it started, just
It was
hearing
so much fun back in the day.
them
yeah.
reach out when the message came out, that was already amazing. I had a few with Okada Nana, of course, but I think the one that stick to me was Yamaguchi Mao when she replied. But she also just called me in full name. Not just
Yeah.
like just Robin-san or something. No, it's like Robin Bauru-san something.
Yeah.
And it was amazing feeling.
Shito, shito, shito. And I'm not swearing. It's Japanese for jealous. Ah! I'm so jealous.
All right, who wants
Wait,
to
what
go
am I
next?
jealous? I get to meet her. Never mind.
Yeah, that's the real jealousy, I would say.
No,
yes.
I have actually one, but it's not with an AKB48 group member, but it was with a relatively unknown idol back then. But it has a bit of a backstory because I was actually doing my homework. I was not watching show at all when Robin messaged me. Yeah, go to this channel. Go to this channel. Try it. Like, sure. So I did the basic hello in Japanese, and this person, this model back then, Okada Chiho, she responded to me, and I was like, okay, she read my message. So what do I do now? Robin told me just keep talking, just keep talking. So I kept talking Japanese, and she got really hyped up, and she wanted me to favorite, and she suddenly followed my own Twitter. And like after all has been said and done, I was like, what did just happen?
It was a roller coaster. It just she kept replying. And
Cool.
it's very fun though because we're talking about growth in the episode. And back then she was just a showroom idol that was trying to get a job. You can vote actually on some showroom idols, and they get a chance to be on a magazine or something. Nowadays she's non-existent on Showroom. She's now actually she works for a pachinko company, I think.
Yeah, she works for a pachinko.
As a as an idol over there. She also does some graphic shoots, some little more extremer than I would say when you compare it to like an AKB48 member. So that's still she's doing a lot of work. So she's now more well known on that fact. But it's funny that she was like the small time just sitting in her room and then talking to us and follow on Twitter, going this and that, and just very excited to where she is now. So it was a very good experience that day, I would say. Colin, do you have one?
Yukarun's birthday last August. I threw a tower and I said that I really liked that she had grown out her hair more. Basically said happy birthday, and I sent a small message and she read that. People liked it, she liked it, the Oranda Tower, that's fine, they know it now. They know. It's like, oh yeah, that guy. Which is nice, it's just, saying thank you, just very simple, being very grateful for it. Something like that.
Okay.
Just seeing her being like, oh yeah, thank you. Just
saying when you're from Oranda, like that's the Japanese word for the Netherlands, basically. It's always a fun reaction to see them when they read it. It's like, holy moly!
Holy,
I don't even know where that country is.
I remember on All Night Nippon, the pre-show when they showroom, it was an episode with Nozawa Reina, Okada Nana, and
I know, but you don't know.
Yeah, that was
Sasaki Yukari.
Yeah, then
Mayoshi, yeah.
I replied in there and said I am from Netherlands, Oranda, and Okada Nana read it out, and then Nozawa Reina replied in English. No, Netherlands, and she go like, no clue what you're trying to say. I really like those moments. So that was the beginning part of Showroom. Sadly, I would say nowadays, is Showroom still... Is it really active more only for a few members? It's not... it's like rare occasions...
Stu is really doing Showroom.
Yeah.
AKB, I do... I take the torrent and I usually look who I missed because, there are times where I am asleep and they're awake. And I still see... lots of girls doing it. Like Team 8 has its own section. They do a lot. Stu, I would say AKB2. NMB not really that much, and
It's not as big as it used to be, I would say. Just more tied down. But Derek,
maybe.
do you have one?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really a showroom person. I never have been. I mean, I think it's great. I think it's again another way for idols to connect to their fans. In some cases, some idols they make whole livings off it. So kudos to them. You can make a lot of money off that if you're smart and you do the right thing there. I will say I have two kind of showroom experiences. One with me, one without. One is with Nozawa Reina. The very first time an idol ever talked to me, ever, was Nozawa Reina on Showroom. That was, remember, I was like overjoyed. I was ecstatic. I had no idea how to react. It was amazing, and like she actually acknowledged what I said, and it was just cool. It was just really, really, really cool. All props to her for that. The other one, this was on Showroom, right? I want to say was when Mahahon had her little interesting moment on there where people thought it was something that it wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
We had a special episode about it. Yeah.
I'll never forget that because, again, I don't want to say it was like the curse of Mahahon because now look where she's at now. I'm not saying they're directly related in any way, shape, or form, but it was kind of a testimony of how something you put out there can really transform reality and be perceived as something entirely different. And Showroom is such a crazy instigator of that if you're not careful. It's also a place where people can be honest. There was another idol, I want to say it was Showroom. Her name is Non, and Non was the lead singer for this group called Candy Syrup, which is now disbanded. Non, I'm not sure if she's doing anything now. Maybe it's actually non-idol. She's like in a rock group or something. Incredible voice, super great voice. But she, I think, had been on there a few times, just whacked out of her mind, like drunk, like just passed out literally in front of the camera. And like you think maybe that might be going too far. And I don't know, maybe I'm not judging her. Non's a girl. I mean, we played with them. I've met her many times. Like she's super cool. But it's like, what are you doing, Non? Like you're worrying your fans. And then also like Vivian, I think, had an interesting moment on Showroom.
Oh God.
Talking about,
Yeah, how much did I get? Something like
I mean,
that.
so it's like on one hand it's cool. On the other hand, kills get there. Like,
Careful. Just like social media.
So those were the questions for this month. So again, if you want to ask your question, go to patreon.com/48talk and just ask your question there. I'll make a new thread soon enough. Okay, with that, shall we go to our recommendations for next week?
Gotcha.
For me, well, I watched Keiki Kakanai, and they have a new set. And it's a very fun episode. They are talking about the doctor is back, basically the psychiatrist is back, and they're doing some tests where they have to draw a house, and it's like it's gone, yeah, or they have to shoot beams. With the new.
I'm sorry.
Habu is amazing. It's really.
He's the Tani of Kea.
It's so great. But the second generation is there, and there's gonna be a lot of fun to watch that episode. I'm going to binge watch a few episodes of Eyesone, because the new season is out and looks like a lot of fun.
Episode 2, that's my personal recommendation. Episode 2, go watch it. It's really fun.
Really strong that side. I think Idol Kitchen is also. So Eyesone is back in the TV mode again, doing a lot of performance on that side. AKB side though, there's a new radio show. The new AKB48 radio show started.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah.
Couple of them. Couple of the girls got brand new radio shows coming.
Yeah.
It was good.
Like 2, 3 now.
So
it's crazy.
A lot of ending. A door closes, another one opens. So if you can check those out, I think a few of them have been subbed. So
when was Hina Bingo supposed to start, by the way? Hina Bingo?
This month. I think very soon. Maybe this week or the week after.
Or
soon.
it just happened, maybe. Who knows?
Maybe. Maybe the first episode has already aired. I think it was this month.
Yeah, I know it was this month. Was it?
Maybe they have released the first episode. I haven't watched it because I didn't see English subs. So maybe that's the case.
And just one more for me, non-idol related, is go watch WWE NXT Takeover New York. That was an amazing show to watch. So much fun. Holy crap!
Nice.
That's quite
Nice.
good.
Yeah. DX.
That's cool.
No, for me, it's special recommendation is for me Eyesone episode 2 because it has, you know, the Batsu games when they go into a haunted house, they do the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really fun to see the reactions, especially from Eugene and Choyena. It's so funny to watch. And during the episode, Sakatan also goes to the internet cafe for the first time to play online games, and she actually plays, I think, Apex Legends as well.
She's so good in Apex Legends. She just uploaded a new video where she plays, and I'm watching. And it's like she's just getting 4 kills easy, and just you hear her clicking on the keyboard, and me like, I cannot play that game. It's too hard for me. And then we have Miyoaki Sakura, who has more time on performing and dancing with Eyesone, and she still can just pick up a Mozambique and just shoot them in the head. It's like
murdering it like it's nothing.
Game, Robin.
Like it's nothing.
So
yeah, that's my personal. That's
Pretty
my
cool.
recommendation. Go watch it. I think Easy
Very
Subs has already English subtitled it, so go watch.
Cullen.
Cool.
Team 8 had their anniversary past Wednesday. Nothing particularly happened in the sense of news, but watch that just for the sake of Team 8's anniversary. The BNK MVs, the Bye Bye Plastic. I want to know if people like it. I hope so.
Yes.
Yes.
Nothing too particular actually this time. I don't really have much.
All right. Then Derek.
Yeah, a couple. So I want all of our fans and people that comment, and also all you new people that are coming. Thank you, by the way. We've got a lot of new fans lately, so thank you. Let us know what you think about idol. What do you think idol is? I'm really curious to hear your definition of idol. Japanese idol. Now, okay, not K-pop, not other. Japanese idol, what do you think are the earmarks? Did we get it right? Did we get it wrong? Are we missing stuff? I know we are, but let us know. Also, all the MNL fans, what do you think about your girls? Because they sure crushed it with 365. So, do you agree with me that there needs to be a few more? Do you agree with Colin that it was just okay? What do you guys think? Really want to hear your thoughts. Again, I'm on comments for about 3 days, and I'm off. So please get your comments in fast if you want me to respond. Colin, everyone else responds pretty regularly, which is good because I'm terrible. But please comment. And then as far as my actual recommendations go, got a couple. MNL just had a concert, right? They just had some big concert they just put out.
I think so.
I'm gonna watch that, and I think we all should watch that. I think that'd be fun. I'm curious to see more. They've captured my interest finally. So I'm very curious. I want to see more of Sheki, and I want to see more of that girl I'm talking about. That's just like legit, like amazing looking, and has like an interesting face. I'm really dying to know who she is. So I'm gonna get on that. Oh, by the way, if you're an MNL fan, you know what I'm talking about. Let me know. But the biggest ones that I have there's a few. One, Necronome Idol, if you're in Japan, and we seem to have a lot of foreigners in Japan right now, like Merrick, for example. We're having a one-man live at the end of this month, the very last day of April, at Tokyo Kinema Club. And one-man lives in the idol world are very big deals. They're make or break deals. We would love to have you there. It's the girls have been working very, very hard for this one man live. Ricky is working his butt off for this live. We're really, really, really trying to pull out all the stops for this one. So please come to that if you can, if you're here. If you're thinking about flying to Japan, you need a good time to fly, come then. Come celebrate Necroma with us. You'll see what a one man live is all about. And it's at Kinema Club. Kinema Club is a gorgeous venue. I just saw the Dots, their final show there. It was just breathtaking, just amazing. So we're very lucky to be able to play there. Also, the sound in there is pretty decent. The other thing is, Necroma is going on tour this summer to Europe. We've made the announcement. We will be all over Europe. We will be in London for Hyper Japan. We are, I don't know if the word headlining's right, but we are their musical guests this year. They're a big one, I think. I don't think they're announcing one bigger than us. I don't know, but again, big, small. Please don't consider that as ego there. I'm just saying we got invited and we're playing and we're super excited about it. Also, we will be playing London additionally, aside from that, and Scotland and Finland.
Haggis.
We're going to play France. We are going to go to Sweden to play something we can't announce yet, but we will be announcing very soon. This weekend, actually. Coming up, we are going to announce something very big in regards to our Europe tour. Also, we have another Europe tour announcement that we might be announcing very soon that is going to be really big. So I don't know. It's just getting better and better. We'll have actual dates, I think, this weekend too, and ticket information and all that. But yeah, so if you're in Europe, you want to see us, we're gonna be in the Netherlands too. We're gonna be in Rotterdam. We're gonna be playing on a boat, which you guys will all hear more about. It's gonna be amazing. Can't go into more details now, but I hope all the 48 Talk crew will be there. We'll have fun. I hope. So it's just like we're gonna be all over Europe. That's exciting. I get to go to a lot of places I've never been to. Like I've never been to England, so I'm excited for that. Never been to France, so very, very, very pumped to go to all these places. So come celebrate Idol with us. And also, if you come to Japan, like I've done with Mirik, if you're a 48 Talk fan, you want to do stuff here, you want to hang out, get in touch. I'm happy to help you guys out. Happy to take you around. I mean, me and Mirik had a blast this weekend. So, and he got to meet Necromo like 10 times or something. I mean, he did check-ins with everybody. It was amazing. Like he just kept doing them, and he was having a blast. So, come have fun with us. And I'd say those are it on this side. And as far as the AKB side, we've covered it.
Very good.
I think,
Gotcha.
yeah, I think we're good. So,
all right then. Then, thank you for watching this week's episode of 48 Talk, and we'll see you next time then. Bye, everybody.
Bye. 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 Next week. Woo!